Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Building Moggy Caves. And since last episode I have put in the redstone for the amethyst theme. But as I mentioned last episode, it's been a long time since I actually recorded anything. And I have done quite a bit. Yes, I have actually put in the level 3 stuff. Not just the Sculk theme over there, not just the mushroom theme over there, but also the nether theme that's out of sight right now, and also the love theme, which will only go into view once I actually get closer. You can see it right now, but it's probably not very obvious that it's a love theme. Um, Let me see if I can get a view of the nether theme. Yeah, you can kind of see it in the back, like all the way over there. Um, I'm just going to give you guys a tour of that this episode because, of course, a lot has happened, and I think it's time for me to catch you guys up with everything. So, the first one that I finished was actually the nether theme, and as you can see, even the redstone is already in. I cannot say the same for the other three themes, so that's why I'm starting off with the nether theme. And in case you're wondering, even the building is not 100% complete for these themes. As you can see right there, that's a path that is supposed to be a cave. Just like there and there. So yeah, ignore this for now, and as you can see there's no redstone going around. That is redstone, but that's a different thing. So yeah, let's go over here. And let's start off in the desert theme, the first theme that I actually built. You could immediately tell that this room is slightly different and it leads to the nether theme. Even though it wasn't quite obvious that it's a nether theme because, well, I had yet to add in the nether rack and the magma blocks. But let's go through this door and immediately you are in some kind of wasteland. And oh right, I also mentioned that I would talk about that this episode. Well, I definitely will do that later this episode. But first, let me actually show off the theme, and well, I can tell that I still have the lights on, so let's turn it off. And with the lights off, this cave already looks slightly different again. Yeah, the lighting is just a lot better now, because it's not all that bright. It's kind of dark as well, but it still gives us the light that we need, and the theme shines through. So let's immediately go over here, and in this cave you can see a giant dragon skull. And well, I'm just gonna go into spectator, I believe, because that might probably be the easiest. You have seen this cave at this point, so let's just go into the center room. Boom. This is the center room. It looks pretty grand. Yeah, it's definitely very big. And as always, multiple layers, crystal in the middle, yada yada yada, red and blue shulker box in the center. And of course, doors that lead to different places. For example, here it leads to a nether fortress. Because of course we needed one in this theme. And in this room over here we have a soul cave. Yeah, it looks rather weird, but that's because there's also an area in here. It's a little bit of a maze, you could say. Which then again leads to the cave over here, which is right above the cave we were just in. Over here we have a nether bastion. And you can get here through, of course, the main room. But also through this cave right here. There's an entrance. But it's also the first room you enter, or technically the second, after you come through the honey theme. So if you remember this place, I believe I showed it off in episode 10. Then if you go through this door right here, yeah, so you'll go through a little bit of a basalt area and enter the basalt delta's room. And you can tell that I have actually set the biome to basalt delta as well. Because you have all those particles, you have the music that plays. And it's not just here. Okay, here you see it's the void, but then here you get basalt delta again. And it kind of differs per room. For example, this is a nether waste, while this is a soul sand valley, similar to the room over here. And here we are in the Crimson Forest village. And yeah, pay close attention to these houses because you're about to see them again, just in different color. So if I just quickly fly all the way over here, you'll notice that it's a warp forest with the exact same houses, just slightly different colors. And yeah, I mean, even the houses are kind of placed in the same locations, which is, yeah, quite funny, I think. I think it's nice that we have two village rooms in this theme. Kind of gives like a special touch. And lastly, we have this room over here, which is actually a very important room. Every single level 3 will have one room that has no spawners and, well, I'm going to say pretty awesome stuff in there. No chests though, but it is a special room where you can get special stuff. In this case, it is, well, this is just a bit of a design choice right here that's not completely finished. I might put something in the center over here. And of course I still need to decorate the walls and the ceiling and make it look like an actual cave. But if you just go down here, you'll notice you enter this area where you can enchant. So this is the only place in the entirety of Moggy Caves where you can enchant. And every single level 3 special room that has no spawners, etc. has a villager or multiple villagers. And in this case, you can buy stuff used for enchanting. So for example, you can get lapis, books, and bottles of enchanting, as well as some pretty high level enchantment books. And the very last thing that I have to show you is of course the treasure room, which is a nether waste. But as you can see, this is where the door is, and all the way past all this lava is the shulker box with the reward. Do you see the way yet? So now I'll actually show you how you get over there, but if you don't want to see that and you want to figure it out yourself, make sure to just look away for a few seconds. Okay, here we go. So, and that is how you get all the way over here from all the way over there. Now I'm not saying that area is 100% completed because there are still a few secrets I want to put in, secret passages and all of that. So yeah, there's still that to do. But other than that, as you can see by the redstone, it is all done. So let's move on to the love theme. And let's actually start from the flooded theme. Because I think this path to the love theme is the most enjoyable to walk through. So, as you know, we have this room over here. Yep, I built it not long ago. I believe also episode 10. And this is, well, I should still point that out, shouldn't I? You're gonna see this a lot. But as you can see, a lot of axolotls here, a lot of pink. So, what did I do? Well, I made an aqua tunnel, which is very pink, and everything inside of the water is also very pink. That's a lot of axolotls. It's an axolot, all. But yeah, also a lot of pink coral fans, and all of that stuff. So, you know, this is going to be the pinkest of pink themes, and while it's not 100% completed, let's start off in the animal room. Of course, a lot of animals. The sheep have been dyed pink, and I think this was to be expected, seeing as this really is Sandy's theme, I would say. So, yeah, of course there are going to be animals and builds that were actually made by Sandy. So let's immediately go check some of them out. This is one of them actually. Um, this little horse table was made by her on a server that I had together with her and Sam at one point. We don't really play on it anymore, but she designed this, and I was like, I'm going to steal that from you, and you're going to be okay with it. And she's like, please don't, and I said, please do. So, this is where we are. For this room, because I still haven't added in that many light sources, I will turn on the lights pack, so we can see it a bit more clearly, especially because this room was actually made by Sandy as well. Not the room itself, but the houses for sure. So she built this little house right here. Very cute. This was actually her base on that server I mentioned earlier. And this is one that she and I built together. So, as you'll see, a lot of heart-shaped things. Like there's a heart there, there's a heart there. There are hearts everywhere. So, yeah, very cute village room where you actually enter from the swamp cave. Because love is sweet and food is love, food is life, I have decided this should be one of the rooms. It's a sweets room, so with cake and muffins and more cake and chocolate and you know what is not to love in this room, right? Like I mean, this is just, you know, cotton candy floor. How could you not resist? And that's also the room you actually enter through the honey theme. So you take this path and you end up in the sweets room. Then near the sweets room, this is the fun fair. So we have a nice big Ferris wheel, we have a merry-go-round, and we actually have a ride that is co-op compatible. Actually, it is for 2 players. And you can technically do this alone, but you're not going to get any rewards if you do. Well, there goes that minecart. It will be back, I'm sure, but let's just take a ride for ourselves. And as you see, there are shulker boxes here, but currently there's nothing inside of there. They will only be filled if you were with 2 players. And that's how you get back to this area, and you see the minecart is also back. So yes, you can ride it alone. It's just very lonely, depressing, and you don't get rewards for it. So definitely make sure you have someone to do that ride with. And well, like I mentioned, every theme has like a room that is special. This is not that special room. This will actually have mob spawning. This villager here, however, is for this ride specifically. So during this ride, you can get tokens of love. And with this guy, you can actually trade them in. So you can get diamonds, coins, golden apples, large amethyst keys, gamble tickets, empty crystals, blank profession, and Ziana's wings. Float through the skies of the caves like the goddess of love. Now you probably already saw this rainbow over here from far, far away. Let's go into this room. Let's start at the bottom, of course. And this is the balloon room. Or is it? Well, yes, there are some hot air balloons. And press to go to the sky. So what it will do is actually just give you levitation, and it will bring you up to the sky. So it will actually take you through this rainbow or through the sun. It depends on where you start. I'm just going to speed it up real quick, and here you are in the sky room, where yes, there are hot air balloons as well. I was debating about turning this glass into barrier blocks, but I was like, it's a little unfair because it does seem like you will have to parkour from one cloud to another, or to the hot air balloons, which, you know, it might be possible, it might not be possible to parkour it, but that's not the point of this room. So we have 3 rooms left, and let's actually do the middle room, which is this, and I do realize that I still have the texture pack on. I'll probably take that off in a moment, but yeah, you can see this room is just shaped like a heart, which of course makes the most sense. Let's turn off that texture pack. Alright, here we go. So now you can see it the way it is meant to be seen, and it all looks very, I would say, cute. Then the room over here, where we have the one villager, where there are no mobs spawning, no spawners, nothing, no chests. We have 2 trays for paper, which doesn't look like anything special, but this is a gamble ticket and this is a cosmetic ticket. And what you can do with these, you know what, I'll actually show you. After buying the tickets, you go to one of these areas. So you have this one over here, which is a big present together with a lectern that will have a book in it, a barrel in the floor, and the shulker box over here. And the same is over here. So let's just use this. So what you're gonna do is you're going to put it in the barrel. So this is the gamble one, so put that in. It will play a nice cute little tune, and that's actually pretty good. So we got some netherite scraps, potion of regeneration, glass bottle, phantom membrane, arrow of harming, golden axe, turtle shell, and rotten flesh. I will show you in a moment how this works, but that is actually pretty nice. That's a pretty good reward. And as for the gambling one, let's see. Oh, sorry, for the cosmetics one, I mean. We get 4 nether quartz, 1 black dye, 1 yellow dye, 1 green dye, and a copper ingot. That's not that great. Let me show you what you can actually get from this. So over here at the bottom we have the redstone, and you can actually get some smithing templates. So yeah, that is very unlucky that we got quartz from literally all of these instead of any smithing trims. Unfortunate, but okay. You know, this really is where the night vision would come in handy again, but hopefully you'll be able to see this. So what happens here is this is just taking the item out, so the gamble ticket, and it just sends it to, well, first of all, a couple of node blocks over there, and then over here where it just takes something from each of these 4. So you're always guaranteed to get one of these 4 droppers' items, and then it goes into chance. So here it's a 4 in 5 that you'll get something from these 2 droppers. Looks like I saw that wrong, so it actually gives you a 1 in 4 chance to get something from this dropper, and a 3 in 4 to get something from this dropper. So as you can see, the rewards are quite different, but it definitely is another guaranteed pretty decent reward. Then if you do make the chance for it, you will get to this one, where it's a 1 in 3 to not get anything. However, 2 and 3 will lead to this one, which is a randomizer between getting one of this or one of this. So it is a lot of chance, but basically you can get some pretty good rewards here or pretty good rewards from here. So this treasure room doesn't really look special right now because I have yet to decorate it with, of course, the nice things that make it look pretty and give it light. For now, you do see the shulker box over here, and you can actually tell that there's no redstone in place yet. But the way you get out of this one, of course, you can go through this door, but if you want to go to the level 2, then you gotta have to find your way up. Let's start from over here, where in the abandoned theme you have this door, and you can go into the Sculk Caves from over here. immediately you're met with this minecart. So yeah, why not go for a ride? So press the button. And it brings you into the theme. There will always be a minecart over here and up top over there. So no matter which entrance you take, you always have a way back with a minecart over here. And also, if you're playing this in co-op, you can just wait for your friend to be down and the minecart will be up again as well for you. You can then take your own minecart down. Make sure your friend is out of the minecart by the time they get over here, otherwise they'll be sent back as well. So let's go through this theme and let's start in the center room, and you immediately will notice this is going to be one scary theme. If we go, for example, to the room next door, which is the ancient city room, again, very dark. Yeah, you have a lot of these just scattered around, and well, even opening these might be scary. I can tell you right now, if I've placed down a shulker box, I can guarantee you they won't activate any of the shriekers. Except for maybe one or two, or nah, I'm just joking. There is actually a chest that you can open that will activate a shrieker. That's this one. Do you dare? And you're kind of already warned with these two being present here. Now, what is inside? Currently nothing, but there are some pretty nice rewards you can get. Golden apples, diamonds, coins, and the tickets you can use in the love theme. So, yeah, you can gamble for a gamble ticket, but you might gamble your life away if you're very unlucky. So one thing I haven't spoken about yet is some of the data packs that I have on this server. And I think you can already tell one of them, and it is mini blocks. So one of the data packs that I have actually allows me to put TNT into a stone cutter and create mini TNT, which is just player heads, so you can actually wear it as well. And I've used that a lot in this room, because at first I actually had all this TNT outside over here. And while I would love to place this TNT outside over here, there are just a few things, and I'm not even talking about those creepers, that could make it blow up. Not these levers, because they weren't here when the TNT was still over here. But one thing that could, of course, is just you crafting a flint and steel and activating it yourself. Or if you have a flame bow, that you accidentally shoot one of the TNT and just blow everything up yourself. Ideally, I would have a data pack or something that allows me to turn off the TNT explosions entirely. Make it so that TNT doesn't interact with flames anymore. Or have a texture pack that makes it so that a certain block can be displayed as TNT. But I don't like the last option, because it limits me with what I can and can't do. For example, if I were to assign, let's say, the new chiseled tough brick to be TNT, sure, I could place it here, but then every time I want to use this block, I can't, because it looks like TNT. So yep, that's why I won't go for that one. But if there's a data pack out there that disables TNT completely and makes it so that you cannot blow anything up with it, that would actually be the perfect one for me to use. And you might notice that the creepers are setting off some lights over here. That's because in many rooms, the way you actually light them up is by making noise and yeah, kind of risking it, because you don't know if there's going to be a shrieker nearby. Yep, there's another mine shaft, but as you'll notice, there isn't really... Okay, well, there's a door, because the skeleton just opened it, but yeah, the way you get out of this area is also by... Haha, you were stuck in a door. Okay, now that the skeleton is not too close to the door, I can actually show you. So the door is originally closed, and when you walk up to it, it will open. If there's no sound nearby, then the door will just close, and it will stay closed. Can you guys stop making noise, please? Every theme has a village room. Therefore, we have a village room right here. 2 houses built by myself, and this one is built by Sam. Very nice house indeed. I have made a few modifications to it, but yeah, no major ones, just a little bit more sculk on the top of the roof, and that's actually about it. Also, the insides I have made slightly different. It's very dark in here, but as you probably expect, you can light it up in here by simply making a little bit of noise. Next up, we have the new and improved graveyard. Yes, so Mogi Dungeon had a graveyard. You can still visit it in this world as well, but I wanted a different type of graveyard, and I think this one worked very, very well. You can see this one is a bit open and the sculk is spreading out of it or going into it, depending on how you want to see it and what kind of lore you want to give it. I mean, it's really up to me what the lore is, isn't it? Maybe I should somewhere hide some stuff and secrets and include lore in that. Let me know if that would be something that would interest you. But yes, of course, in this room, you also have to make some noise to actually see and light up the area. But no matter how many times you light it up, skeletons will still spawn in this room. Now this room is actually quite important as well, because this is the only area where you're able to use anvils, grindstones, and the upgrade gear smithing table. It is a smithing table, right? Yes, it is a smithing table. Perfect. Okay. And of course, this is called the forge. Now, yes, mobs spawn here. There are chests here. This is not the big room. This is. This right here is the big room, and I call it the black market. Why do I call it the black market? Because things here are a lot cheaper and you can get items that you can't really get anywhere else. Plus, well, the colors and it's dark and you know, all of that kind of stuff. Now, I personally have already forgotten the way through this maze. So, honestly, that's probably for the best. But as a player, you can actually drop down onto here and see what way you need to take to make it to all the different villagers. Now, one of them is very straightforward. Literally, straightforward. Just go straight and here he is. So here you can actually sell a lot of stuff that you can find and collect in the chests, in the shulkers, etc. For coins. But let's take a look at this villager, for example, who sells diamond gear. And yeah, this is one of the reasons I'm actually thinking maybe I should keep the coins here. First of all, it's a lot of coins. Second, this is how you also get armor from the other villagers. Oh, and diamond weapons. So this is the only way, other than crafting, where you can get your diamond stuff. A little bit of rebalancing later, and I think this already looks a lot better. Still not sure about this deal because of how much an empty crystal and a blank profession cost normally, and how much I might want to say a medium amethyst key is. But yeah, maybe we'll just keep it this way for now, and we'll see if we can change it later. The last one, which just sells a whole bunch of stuff. So why do you want to buy fermented spider eye? Well, you can use that for potions, so there's one thing. And the pearl, pretty expensive. Maybe I'll switch it up slightly, I'm not sure. We'll have to see about that. Netherite scrap, I think that's a good price, because this is the only way you can get netherite scrap. Then netherite, smithing, template, upgrade, thingy. I think it's a fair deal as well. Potion of Turtle Master, that's an interesting one. A golden apple and a water bottle. Yeah, I think this is actually fair. Normally you would brew it with a turtle helmet. Yeah, I think it's still fine. And here you have some discount treasure room keys. So you can actually get, let's see, I think it's 10 and 10 for one. then 15 and 15 and 20 and 20. So you do have a bit of a discount compared to the normal guy in the lobby. But of course you will have to pay a little bit more, but you still get twice the amount of keys. Now this is quite a weird treasure room because it's not actually designed by me. It's just the inside of the, what's it called, the ancient city center thingy. So in case you didn't know, there's actually a door here to the ancient city's underground redstone area tutorial-ish like thing. I've kept most of it and it's still pretty much the same, except for this right here, which if you just get into it, you just go up here. And with the Sculk theme behind us, I believe it's time to move on to the last one, which is the mushroom theme. So, yep, mushroom caves, and you can go down, you can actually fall down into this water, still not finished. I mean, like I said, the only one that's even slightly close to 100% finished is the nether theme. These are still very much work in progress. And here is the center room with the crystal and a giant mushroom. And actually a little bit of parkour if you want to go into the center, because as you can see, it is just a big hole. And yep, the only way you get up and down in here are parkouring over these mushrooms. Not very difficult parkour, but I'm sure under a lot of stress, and if you're being attacked, it can be very deadly. So, one of the prettier rooms in this theme is probably this room, because you have a lot of glowing and bright colored mushrooms. Yep, very nice. And next to this room we have the village room, which actually has quite a few houses. All mushroom houses, of course, but they are relatively small compared to some of the other houses I had. But of course, that was the intention. I wanted these to be small and put a lot of them in here. So mushrooms raising this high into the sky can only mean one thing. This area is prehistoric. Which, yep, that's what I went for. And I've put down a lot of sniffer eggs, at least these type of sniffer eggs, the ones I made myself. If there was a way to put down sniffer eggs without them hatching into sniffers, I'd put them down as well. But unfortunately, that doesn't seem like it. So, enjoy the noise these guys make while you're trying to search for chests and avoid mobs. So here we have the Halloween theme, which you may argue is not in theme with the mushrooms, but I think I made it fit in quite nicely. And yes, we do use the player heads here once again to create these mushrooms that are just, you know, a little bit smaller than the ones with full blocks and a bit bigger than, you know, the ones that you see on the ground. Very nice, yes, again using the stone cutter. But the next room, oh, the next room. Of course, it's the mushroom theme, and I have to pay respect to the Mushroom Kingdom and the ones that live inside of the Mushroom Kingdom. And Mushroom Kingdom probably already gives away what this is. This is the Super Mario room. Ta-da-ta-ta-ta-ta. Let's go. It's me, a Mario. It's a Princess Peach castle. Yes, very nice. And of course we have these pipes. This pipe, for example, leads from the center room. And yes, you can actually go inside Princess Peach's castle. And you see all these paintings on the wall. And yes, well, guys, you know how in the Mario games you can jump into some of the paintings, right? That's all I'll say. Next up, let's go look at this room. This is the special room. And, well, the villagers here, they basically have quests for you. So, I mean, this villager has the quest and the other has the rewards for you. So, here you go. A clock, compass, give you quest completed. A puffer fish, tropical fish, quest completed. All these things lead to quest completed. Now, I'm pretty sure you've noticed so far, none of these items have been placed in the shulker boxes. Well, believe it or not, these are all the items, or some of the items you can craft using the things that I've given you in the shulker boxes. So what you gotta do is you gotta put some gold and redstone together and some iron and redstone, and that gets you these two items and the quest completed. Then over here we have the guy that collects all the quest completed stuff. Now, yes, I could have just made it so that you get 15 coins from him, but at the same time, I kind of like the idea that you would have to actually cross these bridges the entire time. And don't forget, if you fall down, that is going to do some damage. Now, yes, you can just walk across over here, but then again, even the slightest misstep can walk you off your path and take some damage. Also, I wanted 2 villagers in this room, okay? And I wanted to have the quest completed stuff, which, yep, as you can see, it also has different colors. So that shows you exactly which is worth more. And of course, this is very expensive. I don't even think that this might be worth it, looking at the amount of coins you get. Yeah. Maybe what I need to do is add in yet another villager. I'm not sure. And just have this guy have more quest items. That's one option, of course. And actually replace the banners, the quest completed items, with the actual coins. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, I am pretty happy with how things are now, but I'm always open for suggestions to make things better. Now, let's go to the final room, which is the treasure room, which you enter through this mushroom right here. And it's still work in progress, as you can see. The room isn't even capped off yet, but yep, I'm going to have these mushrooms over here. And the way you get up is through this water. Very simple. And, well, there we go. Now let me actually show you about those subtitles thingies. So let's start a single player game. And as you walk in, you'll see Hellish Caves at the bottom. And if you just go to the desert theme, you will see it will say Desert Caves at the bottom of your screen, and the danger level will increase. How did I do that? Well, it's actually fairly simple. So we have 3 command blocks. One of them is actually checking for the player's position. So if it is within 2 blocks of these coordinates, then it will activate these 2 command blocks. One of them is simply the text at the bottom of the screen, which is just title at P and then where you have it and then the text itself. This one is just setting the danger bar, so the boss bar, to a level of 1, and for the Hellish Caves you'll see it's at 0. Now, this actually works the same way as the timer does. So instead of doing 1, 2, 3, 4, the timer actually has 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So it starts over here by setting it to visible and then the value of 5. And here we go to 4, oops, just 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And one nice thing, because I'm not sure how much I've talked about this or if you guys remember, but if you run out of time, an old guard revives and spawns inside of the caves. So let's actually speed up the timer a little bit. Let's see how much time is left. Okay, not a whole lot of time. So what is going to happen is that it's going to activate this one, which sets the timer's value to 0, so time remaining will be empty. And this one will actually trigger, activate, and always set it to 4. That's why it's on repeat. Now what this will do is make it so that even if you activate one of the other commands and it will set it to, oh, there we go, time is up and old card has been revived, danger level 4, time remaining 0. So what I was going to say was that even if you activate one like over here, where it tries to set it to 0, because it's always active and like repeatedly setting it to 4, maybe for like a split second, as you saw right there, it might try and set it to a lower level, but then it will always trigger the higher level again. So let's end the game and end the episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed. You know what to do, and bye bye.